think of those numbers, if you can think of them if you just think of as numbers, it doesn't, but if you follow like one child starving, it'll change that system to something more ethereal. It's like watching a movie. Watch a movie about war, it's too much. When you follow one person and what they go through, you feel it. So I got associated with that, and I said to him, what if we create a strike force team? If you're gonna leave, how many meals would it take to feed everybody in the world for 10 years that need it, where it would give us time to build a sustainable solution? Because you can't keep doing the same crap, right? And he goes, Tony, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 billion meals? I said, let's do a 100 billion meal challenge. I said, I did 1 billion meals. When I started, I wasn't a billionaire. I've been blessed, obviously, since that time. You do great work. If you bless others, you'll be blessed, right? I wasn't doing it for that reason. It just came about. So I said, well, there's got to be 90 and more guys like me right, in the world. There's 3,000 billionaires or owners of companies or countries that'll do this. So we did this 100 billion meal challenge, and we went to Forbes 400, and I thought, we're going to get 50 of these guys, right? The richest people in the world. 4 people stood up. 4. I'm like, this is not working. We got to do something different. But I won't bore you with all the details. The strategy, the thought process, and what kept me going, though, is it's not just having this unreasonable goal. It's having strong enough emotional reasons. And I got in these environments where people are starving. I got in the Sudan, there were 1 million people cut off by the rebels there, and they were starving them out. This is just this last year. And the UN sent all these food people in, and they killed the drivers and took the food. MBS, not MBZ, MBS from Saudi Arabia, cares deeply. He tried to provide things. They killed everybody. So people stopped giving money. People are going to starve. So I said, no, there's something different. I said, I'm just putting a line in the sand. We are going to feed these people. I'm going to provide enough food for 1 million people in a week. Who will match me? And I got Ray Dalio to match me. Pretty soon I had 40 million bucks. But how are you going to do it? And this is where it gets so alive. It's like, no one else in the world's done it. We're going to do this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hire I'm going to find some military contractors. We're going to take C-130s, and we're going to take drones, and we're going to deliver the food to the people. We delivered 22,000 meals that month and saved all these people starving to death. So when you do that, your level of fulfillment explodes. What the fuck compared to running a business? Right. It's not even the same. And so I've been hooked on that. So now we got 62 billion meals in 3 years, which is beyond what anybody ever thought was humanly possible. And then so now I said we're going to do a song with We Are the World, and I got Jimmy Jam, the most successful Grammy guy, and I got everybody you can imagine in the music business all building it together. We just completed our first version of that. And then, I'm lucky enough, like you, I'm very blessed. So I have a private plane. I have a 737. It burns a lot of carbon. I want to be conscious. How many trees does that burn? Yeah. It's 3,000 trees a year. I'm like, I'll plant 100 million trees, but not just plant the trees. I'm going to plant 100 million trees, and I'm going to work with the farmers. I'm going to show them how to go from making $1 a day to $12 a day by having 12. And I work with a group to do that. It's like, a friend of mine's daughter was kidnapped and put into slavery. Just insanity. It happens in America. It happens overseas, and nobody wants to talk about trafficking. But that got me associated to it. We actually helped somebody, and so I went out undercover. I had markings all over my face. They had a makeup person. They had scars on my face. I helped them negotiate these deals with these animals that do this. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, but also the most beautiful. But again, I didn't just give money. I didn't just write something. I just didn't put something. I went in the fucking trenches, and I'm sitting there watching these girls go through the worst thing on earth, meaning they're chained to a bed to do 8 or 10 tricks a day, and then we get them freed. We brought them to this house. They'd never been out there. They're out on the ocean. They're down here playing basketball. They're like the change in their lives, and so then I'm hooked. So my wife and I have now funded 72,000. Started with 30,000. As many, I grew up in a town of 30,000 people. I want to free that many children, as big as the city I grew up in. Now we're at 72,000. I'm going tonight. We'll probably raise $5 million tonight. I'll do matching funds for everybody at the event to do it. So what I'm trying to say to you is, get off your ass. And I love you and I respect you, Alex. I'm not coming from that place. I hope you know where I'm coming from.